I was outside a little while ago having a cigarette, like usual, with all my little thought experiments, and I had a, I had remembered a while back that you know how you don't really see air, right? We know air exists, but here we are breathing it, but we don't really see it. We don't see it. But then I realized, well, okay, fish probably do see it because they're in the water. They don't see the water, but they see the air up at the top. Like if we were fish, we would see the air. And then I see the water, they see the air. So then it occurred to me, wait a minute, we would see the air if we were in space. Like people in space orbiting the Earth, they can see the atmosphere. So in fact, they see the air, right? So you can only ever see the medium that you're. You can only you can't see the medium that you're in, but you can when you're out of it, right? Okay, so then it occurred to me, you can see space only when you're out of it, right? Like if you're in space, you can't wrap your mind around shit. I'm trying to relate dark matter to space. This is where I'm getting at. What I'm getting at. I have a funny feeling that scientists right now are on the verge of discovering that empty space isn't empty space. It's actually the dark matter that makes up space and fills all the voids everywhere there isn't regular matter, like stars, galaxies, planets, asteroids, everything that's floating around is regular matter. And then dark matter is the blackness that everything floats through. We don't see it because it's the opposite of regular matter, right? So we can't interact with it. Kind of like phased matter from Star Trek. Remember, there was an episode of Star Trek: Next Generation called the Pegasus, where they had a phasing cloak that made the ship be able to fly through normal matter. So I thought, wait a minute, isn't maybe that's something like what dark matter is? It's matter, but maybe it has some sort of substance, but it's not something that interacts with normal matter. So maybe that's what's making up the rest of the universe, something other than regular matter. I just think that empty blackness isn't really empty because Einstein had described gravity as not exactly a force, but just the shape of the universe itself. Like, so anything that has mass has a certain effect on the shape of the universe, and so what's its shaping exactly? What is the universe if there's nothing to actually shape? So maybe the substance of the universe is the empty blackness, and that empty black space is not empty black space, but dark matter, the material that makes up the universe. And then all the regular matter that we see is just what we see. It's not necessarily anything else. We're like leaves and shit floating in a pool. I thought of that earlier. I thought if a swimming pool is the universe, then all the stuff in it would be like the galaxies and everything like that. So empty space is in effect some sort of medium that just everything else floats in, exists in. Kind of like, birds and trees and everything exist in the atmosphere of the Earth. And the Earth itself exists in a medium of empty space, and that empty space is made up of dark matter.